Robert Louis Stevenson, Child's Play, narrated by Gary Williams. The regret we have for our childhood is not wholly justifiable, so much a man may lay down without fear of public ribaldry. For although we shake our heads over the change, we are not unconscious of the manifold advantages of our new state. What we lose in generous impulse, we more than gain in the habit of generously watching others, and the capacity to enjoy Shakespeare may balance a lost aptitude for playing at soldiers. Terror is gone out of our lives. Moreover, we no longer see the devil in the bed curtains, nor lie awake to listen to the wind. We go to school no more, and if we have only exchanged one drudgery for another, which is by no means sure, we are set free forever from the daily fear of chastisement. And yet a great change has overtaken us, and although we do not enjoy ourselves less, at least we take our pleasure differently. We need pickles nowadays to make Wednesday's cold mutton please our Friday's appetite. And I can remember the time when to call it red venison and tell myself a hunter's story would have made it more palatable than the best of sauces. To the grown person, cold mutton is cold mutton all the world over. Not all the mythology ever invented by man will make it better or worse to him. The broad fact, the claimant reality of the mutton carries away before it such seductive figments. But for the child, it is still possible to weave an enchantment over eatables. And if he has but read of a dish in a storybook, it will be heavenly manna to him for a week. If a grown man does not like eating and drinking and exercise, if he is not something positive in his tastes, it means he has a feeble body and should have some medicine. But children may be pure spirits if they will and take their enjoyment in the world of moonshine. Sensation does not count for so much in our first years as afterwards. Something of the swaddling numbness of infancy clings about us. We see and touch and hear through a sort of golden mist. Children, for instance, are able enough to see, but they have no great faculty for looking. They do not use their eyes for the pleasure of using them, but for by ends of their own, and the things I call the mind seeing most vividly were not beautiful in themselves, but merely interesting or enviable to me, as I thought they might be turned to practical account in play. Nor is the sense of touch so clean and poignant in children as it is in a man. If you will turn over your old memories, I think the sensations of this sort you remember will be somewhat vague and come to not much more than a blunt general sense of heat on summer days, or a blunt general sense of well-being in bed. And here, of course, you will understand pleasurable sensations, for overmastering pain, the most deadly and tragical element in life, and the true commander of man's soul and body, alas, pain has its own way with all of us. It breaks in a rude visitant upon the fairy garden where the child wanders in a dream, no less surely than its rules upon the field of battle, or sends the immortal war god.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.